American Ted Ligety looking back at run number 1. At this point in the race, the top 8 finishers go exactly as they started. First finish first, second, and on down the line, telling you something about the conditions. So you would expect then Ted Ligety to come down 16th because one skier has skied out.
Yeah, but let's flash back to Flachau. He skied a very round line, did not do very well, very disappointed. He tweaked some things, but his rounder style, he likes to get those angles, actually helped in this first run. The ruts are so big, they dictate where to go, and it's a nice round line that Ligety actually runs. I think his rounder, slower line was actually fast in this first run.
And I know when you say tweak some things, it's not an injury. What we're talking about, he tweaked his equipment. He was monumentally frustrated with his result in Flachau because he thought he was fast and he was abysmally slow. And after watching him in the early part of that run, those tweaks made a difference.
Definitely. He just matched up well. He fought through it. He was the first and, one of 2 people ever actually to move up in this first run.
So Ted Ligety disrupting the order of things and moving up 11 spots. It seemed all but impossible to do that until the American Ligety came down. Though 6th place, he is well off the lead, 1.68 off. But Ligety was so effective on the steep parts when it was rutty.
I mean, his technique, a little bit rounder, really worked with the ruts. The ruts, at this point, are probably the same as what he experienced in that first run, so he should be used to it.
See what he can do with the deteriorating conditions. 1.25 at the start.
It amazes me. He always seems like he's in the back seat riding those tails, but he gets away with it. Look at that snap turn.
2,300, so a full second loss by Ligety. And where he really seems to struggle is on the flats, and did so in the first run.
I mean, he likes to get that edge angle. Here across the flats, you got to keep him as flat as possible. Minimum edge.
Ligety getting a charge from the crowd, but that's not helping. He's already lost in this run alone 1.5.
He knows he had a lot of lead heading off. He doesn't even know how much he's lost. He's really got to turn it on and burn.
Ligety in the final turns across the line into 9th. And so it looks like he'll stay inside the top 15, but really a step backwards from what we saw from him in run 1.
I mean, look at him. His hips are in the back seat. You can see him. His tips up in the air after each turn. Tough to steer the car when you don't have your hands on the steering wheel.